Somewhere on a remote cliff, there's a giant family of Pteranodons perched on a rock, spearfishing, hunting, and rolling in the mud. This family lives in tranquility. But how did the numbers get to such a size? And how did I even find this group? Well, my friends, to answer that question, we have to go back. Ooh, there's eggs. I wonder what it is. Oh, Pteranodon. Yuck. You know what, actually? That could be fun. Confirm nest. Sending request, there we go. So from behind the walls of a shell, life had started. Oh, nice. Cool, got it. Hell yeah. Thanks for the invite, people. Alright, let's wriggle out. And so alongside my siblings, I broke free of the calcium prison that had held me back. I'm out. I'm free. I am tiny. I have siblings. This looks cool. Feed me! Did he just feed me? I'm pretty sure. Yep, nice. Thank you. It was a beautiful day with the sun shining on my face. But being a hatchling, I was too small to hunt my own fish. So for now, I'd have to rely on my parents regurgitating me food. Look at this whole family. The guy doesn't even have a name, just a black bar. Parent, Rain, Blue, and Mad, and black bar. And regurgitate food they did. They were busy. Every few minutes. So mutations. I got 3. Hydration, that's pretty basic one. Nocturnal, not bad, not bad. Jumping costs less stamina, not bad. My oldest sibling Blue, he walked to the edge of the cliff, jumped and took his first flight. Off they go on their first mission. Blue's off to learn how to hunt fish. What's my growth? 17%. When do I get my first mutation? Around 25, 26. Same as everyone else, I guess. So if you're nested in, you start at 0% growth. And if you're spawned in, you start at 25% growth. And of course, nested in, you get more mutations, which is really OP'd. And if you ask me, it sort of creates groups that, you know, aim to get the best mutations, and that turns into a clan, and then they have to rule, and their bloodline is the only acceptable one, and before you know it, you got a dictatorship in the Isle. That escalated quickly. Savine and myself, we were still both too small to fly. But it wouldn't be long now. Thank you, thank you. Sometimes it just, you know, the regurgitation doesn't seem to work properly. And other times it's perfect. And this is a cool nesting spot up here on a cliff. Not a bad spot at all. This guy's down here quite literally teaching this other person how to hunt. So that's nice of him. They've returned from their mission. 24%. Better 8, I guess. Nice. Cool, thank you. Mutation, here we go. What mutation do I want? Reduce incoming fighting damage when fighting larger species is very tempting. Actually, it's probably worth having photosynthetic tissue because I've got nocturnal. I then jumped and spread my wings and left the ground behind for the very first time. I can fly. Where's all the fish at? We're just gonna have to wait for some to appear. I need to eat some of that fish. Thank God they got some fish, because I failed my first fish hunt. There just were none. Look at him, he's covered in algae. Alright, sweet. We are a growing Pteranodon in a very peaceful family by the looks of it. So this is chill. I already knew how to skim for fish. I've played a Pteranodon before. But what Rain was about to teach us next is such a cool mechanic.
They're going elsewhere, okay. Where are they heading?
Blue and I, we were about to learn the art of spearfishing. Thank you, Rain.
Wait, what the heck? Click right mouse button.
Ah. So you can capture shellfish in the mud, but you can also capture fish in just about every other body of water, including the ocean.
Quick attack.
It really is true. If you're looking for it, every day you'll learn something new.
Oops. When you see the yellow shell, click right attack. You gotta be patient, big. Okay, yep, no worries. I'm a little bit impatient. This guy's literally teaching me things. I have thousands of hours in this game, and I still just, you know, things are new, things are changing.
I tend to share everything with you guys. The good, when I'm helping people. The bad, when I'm going cannibal and hunting down players.
Plus, I don't play a Pteranodon very often.
However, I also like to share when I'm learning things.
There we go, I got one!
Ooh. And of course, all the mistakes I make along the way. Because to me, that is what creates a story.
Okay, we gotta smash it now, right? That is actually so cool. Land down here and smash them, eh?
Back at home, we dropped the shellfish and, well, I tried to open it up. But to be honest, I was struggling a bit.
So am I just clicking it or what? How long does it take to break one? So he's picking it up. And he's dropping. Oh! Okay, that's pretty cool.
The Pteranodon that was my father, Mad Max, he was off to entomb his animal. So I guess we get to witness.
Yep, he just died. So that's the end of his life. That's because he's replicating. So now he gets to like start again with new mutations. That was pretty cool to witness, not gonna lie.
Wait, where's Savine? I haven't seen our younger sibling in ages.
Yeah, look how big I am now compared to when I started. Big, we are having a rough childhood. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are having a crazy little childhood. New baby. Welcome to the family, wherever you may be. Where's the tiny little thing? There it is.
I did a broadcast in celebration of life. Welcome to the family, little ones.
We'll call him Jay. Two new babies. We've got a bunch of new babies joining the nest. Jay and Reaper. Jay and R, we'll call them. They didn't get to meet their father. This guy's spearfishing down here. That is really cool. Hey, look at a fish coming to him. Oh, that is so cool.
This was the exact moment I connected the dots.
Can you grab it when it's lit up?
You can go spearfishing just about anywhere.
Right, I'm eating that. We can hunt fish here, Blue. We can hunt fish here. I'm gonna have to play like the Hipsy and like the Dry. They've probably got so many little changes I don't know about. Man, doing this in Dinosaur's territory. How crazy would that be? Here comes the fish. I love how it swims slowly to you. This is really unique. And mine. I was fascinated by my catch and excited, so much so that I decided to show it off to Blue. That is crazy. This one's for the family. They can have some of it. There you go, guys. Here's a fish. Oops. Hold on. I'm now doing my part. Still got this mud on me. Forgot to wash it off. 41% growth. My life as a Pteranodon, it was safe. I never faced any real dangers, not yet. I had the security of my family and the safety of the sky. But others that are walking around, trying to become kings, fighting each other to the death, them, not so much. Actually, let's go in and wash the mud off. There we go, mud's washed off at least. I was finally a sub-adult, fishing and helping feed the smaller juveniles in the nest. Mutation. Alright, what's my next mutation gonna be? I kinda wanna go with the reduce incoming damage when fighting larger species though. 15%, that could be a lifesaver. I don't think I'm gonna need gastro to heal quick while eating, so... Showing our younger siblings how to hunt. Blue was passing on the art of spearfishing, teaching the juveniles a craft that our mother taught us. So for those who don't know how to do it, you hold right click mouse button or whatever keybind you're using, and then you have to be patient, you wait. The fish will soon come into your view, and when it highlights up, you attack. You have to be patient. Very, very patient. I think we're in 2 groups now because the family's gotten quite big. So the father has returned on a new Pteranodon by the looks of it. This dude's loving his family that he's created. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having fun just being in it. Becoming master spearfishers like your mum. True that. So we're 13 minutes into the story so far, and you haven't fallen asleep and you're still here. So if you are enjoying it, you know how much I'd appreciate it if you dropped a like on it. Thank you very much. Love you. Oh, I just puked up. That fish was rotten. There was an outsider, a blue Pteranodon. He joined us and was hanging around for quite some time. I got one. I got one at the same time. I like the new way of taking off. It feels so different to what it used to be. Alright guys, there is plenty of fish for all the little tackers. There was actually a few outsiders that would join us, but this was the last night we were all together. Because after that, most of the Pteranodons started leaving to find their own way. They're all slowly disappearing. Where'd they all go? I went AFK for 1 minute and everyone disappears. Ah, yep, they're all pretty much logging off. That's fair enough. For the Americans, it'd be like real early in the morning. I will. That was the mother. She nested all of us in, apart from like 1 or 2 random ones that came in. Now they're gone. Not me. I'm gonna make it to Elder if I can. I didn't make it on my Rex. Because I think the server got wiped. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
I'd finally made it to adult, and there was only 4 or 5 of us left. Everybody else was gone. And then, for the first time in my life, I was about to have a jump scare.
Error! Error!
It was only a small Herrerasaurus, and it was facing a whole family.
We got him, boys!
So we disposed of it quickly.
A sneaky little devil.
But even I'd had enough for the night, and was off to log out. But my journey will continue, for you guys in a few seconds.
No, it's taking a long time, right?
For me, it'll be a massive player queue, and a day later.
Alright, so what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? I'm just going to explore, I guess. Raised by a family of Pteranodons. Sounds pretty good to me. Good, my hexagon will light up.
It won't be long now, and I'll be adult growth.
I'm not sure where I want to go now that I don't have a family. Just going to explore, I guess.
After that, I'll get older and slowly weaker. Which, after playing on the horde testing servers for a little bit now, I'm not sure how I feel about the elder system. And the more I think about it, I'm not really a fan of losing progress as a reward.
That's the final mutation. Put him on the head. Got him again. He died. Did he die? Hang on, let's have a closer look. Maybe I can't smell him from here. Well, he's definitely dead. But he 100% drowned, I think. He's like right here somewhere. Let's get a drink from there, I'm thinking. That'll work. Man, the adult sounds pretty cool. I miss my family. I had such a big group of birds I was with.
It'd been a few days now since I'd had a family. And no doubt by the time this video goes out, Pteranodon's probably changed its mechanics slightly.
Not sure what I really can hunt. I don't know, it'll have to be like juvenile raptors and... I suppose it's just all the juveniles, but I think I will still get one shot by most of them. And I'm starting to lose bite force now. So like I'm getting into like an elder. I think that's how it works. I could be completely wrong. Now that'll kill me and send me back. So if I don't, what happens? Am I just like an old bird? Because look at my damage. Crap. How do I get to this prime?
I made it to elder, but not prime.
Only one way to find out.
So just like Mad Maxie, my father before me, it was time for the entombment of my Pteranodon.
Now, see now in the game I got to see like the father of this bird. He did that on a mountain.
Unfortunately for me, there was no one there to witness my moment of death.
Starting mutations. So I get 6 to start with. Okay, so I'm a tiny little bird again. I got the same skin. Mutations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 mutations. Made it to our second stage of life where we start at 25%.
I'd been solo again for a bit now. But being solo was quite lonely. I missed my family.
So what's my growth? 34%. 6 mutations, well 7 now. About to have my 8th soon. Pteranodon's pretty fun. It's chill. It's a very relaxed and easy dinosaur. All we do is hunt fish. There's fish down there, which is perfect. And yeah, I do love the fishing in this game. They've done really, really well. Like crazy well. Especially now with the spearfishing. I love the spearfishing. It's so cool. Let's eat. Boom. You must admit the flying is pretty crazy. Like just landing in trees, and the Isle is definitely the most realistic game by far. That is, it's crazy. I was exploring all the changes in the world when I heard the sounds of a tiny Dinosaurus. Probably less than a few minutes old. It won't be missed. Give me those organs. They're not gonna give me anything. They're way too small. So it was one bite for me to kill him, I think. Gives me an idea of what size things I can attack. I then found a second one. I think they were communicating. But this one escaped under the water, and that was pretty much the last time I saw it. And then later, I finally found an AI that would provide me with the bars for my diet. Nice. Alright, I just watched a YouTube guide, so that's a bit strange how we've got to become an elder. I think I know what I gotta do, but like, I have to start again. Well, I can entomb this thing, but will I lose my current inherits, or will I get another 3? I currently have 9 inherits. So let's go to sleep. We've got to start again. Pretty much, we've got to die. I've died twice. This will be the 3rd generation of this bird. I got to replicate again. Right, the reason I need to do this is because like I need to visit a sanctuary as a juvenile, get all 3 diets at least once, visit 4 patrol zones, and never cannibalize. I don't know if I can do all that. And I've got to do that before 75% growth. Hopefully I get to keep my inherits. I'm back from the grave as a tiny little baby. 3rd generation. It was still early days in the horde testing server, so everyone was trying to work out how to get to Prime. If I fail to get to Prime during this life cycle, then I guess I'll get to Elder again, and I'll entomb and see if I can max out the inherit chart. Because I reckon I can entomb 2 more times. If that's the case, that means a spawned in animal that doesn't get the 3 inherits from starting from 0 growth. That means they can entomb an extra time, go for a whole life cycle to get those original 3. Possibly. I was just calling the mutations inherits. I'm too used to playing Beast of Bermuda. It's a very similar setup. Fish. Thank you. Eat. Alright, yeah, so getting Prime, this could be quite difficult on an animal this small. And that's if this guide even works for a Pteranodon. I'm going off a Pachycephalosaurus guide. I should save a little bit of room, just in case I come across the rest of my diet, because that's still something I need to do too. So I need to kill like a rabbit. Hopefully that's enough for the sanctuary, because that is exactly where I am. There's no like little achievement that pops up or anything to let me know if I've done a good enough job. That's the only problem. There's no way, right? I can catch fish in the open ocean. How about that? You can fish in the ocean. Still no turtles. Why can I never find turtles? I always want them to for a screenshot because they look awesome. I was trying to get all of my dietary requirements at least once before 75% growth, because if I fail that, oh, it's rotten. It's dead. I won't be able to become a Prime Elder. Let's grab that. Because that's part of my other diet. There is so much human infrastructure going on now. Like, they're really getting ready for it. Yeah, little fishy, 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 fishy. Sweet. Getcha. 57% growth. I need to be growing as slow as possible after all. Come here. You're part of my diet. I need you. Now I need to find some rabbits or bullfrogs. Or even a chicken for the S part of my dietary requirements. But the real problem was, I was growing fast. Way too fast. This is really cool looking. It's just open biome. I don't know if I'll make it to Prime Elder. Not at this pace. 64% growth. Come on, stamina. Pteranodon still regains that stamina. It's so slow. I need a chicken, man. Jesus, I'm 70% growth. If I do find something to fill in my ass, I'm gonna fail and not be able to reach Prime Elder. I didn't think I was going to be able to because there's just not enough time on the Pteranodon to complete all these crazy tasks. Got it. I almost died doing that, but that's excellent. That's a little Rex. Wait, is that a little Rex? Little Cerato. But I'll get its organs out. That was so risky. I thought I was going to actually die. I'll be honest. I was like, I'm going to die. Did I not open his body up? What's going on? There we go. I did it. I got my whole diet before at 73% growth. Now, I don't know about the patrol zones and how that's going to go, but we'll see what happens, I guess. That was actually a really good hunt, because, like, look at the size of the organs, how much food they give me. That was really good. If he was paying a bit more attention, I'd definitely be dead. Alright, rest in peace, my little friend. Rest in peace. Only a juvenile, but dangerous one. I'm lucky to be alive. In the end, I failed to make it to Prime Elder because I didn't visit enough patrol zones. But to be honest, I couldn't even find one. 45 kilos. Damage is still going up. I'm not sure. We're just going to have to wait till I get to adult and see what happens. I'm still the same body weight I was at max health. I mean at max growth. So I'm pretty sure I failed. Let's have another look. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just your standard elder. Well, I must be because I don't have a mutation, so... Can't even hit him. Should I just go on the ground and fight him? I'm so tempted. Can't see, it's too dark. Did I get him? No, there he is. He's still alive and cranking. I wanted to get back to 100% growth, so I could entomb again and get even more mutations. But if I wasn't careful... I'm pounced. I got him. Nice. Okay, so I do a fair bit of damage to these little juveniles. I guess having every mutation there is almost helps too. Give me your organs, buddy. Gastro is such a handy mutation, having that too, just healing up when eating. And it's a fair bit, like, it's not like it's not a lot. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I could see a branch there. Man, Pteranodon's quite fun. Quite fun indeed. See, like, I might become a week older, right? But because I've entombed that many times, I'm getting a little carried by my mutations. I spent the next few minutes slowly picking away at the bodies, eating and resting in the treetops. Well, this Pteranodon's on a little bit of a... Yep, we'll just pretend like that never happened. I was about to say, this Pteranodon's on a bit of a mission when it comes to actually hunting things now. I've hunted a few little juveniles now. Doing more than I expected, which is pretty cool. And when I was hunting down more juveniles at a sanctuary, I was being arrogant and playing with the fire. Jesus, he's big enough to kill me. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So be careful, Pteranodons. Stick to your fish. Or be burnt by your dinner. Oh well, GG. I had to get to adult. I had to try out all this order system. I have no idea how to do the prime order, but I'm sure I'll work it out in the future. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed recording this one. This one was actually pretty fun. The beginning, like, you know, the whole family and stuff, that was cool. Actually learned things from the parents. I hunted some other little juveniles. You know, I got to try the replicate system, and in the end, I got killed by a little raptor. The great circle of life. At least he'll have a good start. All the organs he'll ever need. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.